FEU made a tiny run at the end of the first set, but it was just not enough as Adamson continued to pile up the points. It ended at 25-20.
That is correct, Eric. They started out real strong, this Lady Falcons. And sabi nga nila in the pre-game that they want to get that third spot. They wanted starting it right now in this game, because they have to take this game for them to be able to take that third spot. And that will be decided on later against that Ateneo game on Saturday. But they have to win this one first. And itong FEU, Coach Nes Pamilar not liking the way April Jose is setting the ball. So set his Remillo, his second setter, and was able to string up some points towards the end. That's why the score came closer. As you see here, attacks, 11 attacks coming from Adamson and 9 from FEU. Just 2 points in difference in the attack points. Sa blocking department, almost the same. But that forced errors, just too much for FEU. Siguro sabi nga ni Coach Nes, 5 dun sa 10 galing sa net violation.
Let's see if adjustments will be made by Adamson here. They are definitely in the thick of things. They are neck and neck, the entire set. Let's see if they can finish it off in their favor down the stretch. Pagtanganan with a tip for FEU. Benting.
Remillo still
flying in for that punching dump.
Oh, and Pao Soriano in the middle, but that was dug up well by Tiangco. And they've been reading Soriano well.
Yeah, wow, twice already in this rally alone. Players punching the ball to get across the net, and that's a net violation against Adamson.
Yes, it ended up with a net violation against Soriano. That hit.
So courtesy of an error by the Lady Falcons, FEU scores the first point of set number 1. Make that 2 unforced errors by Adamson to give FEU a 2-0 lead here in set number 2.
Too much power in that hit by Benting. Less wrist action.
But speaking of unforced errors, Remillo here, right from the serve, sends it wide. Which is a more grave mistake, sending it wide on the serve or sending it long on the serve. I know it, it just constitutes one free point, but ano ba yung mas masamang tingnan? Pag wide o pag long?
Kasi pag long, it means kulang yung wrist action mo. Pag wide, too much yung angle mo. So it's almost the same thing. Results to the same error.
Exactly, just 1 point anyway. Soriano has been pretty solid in the middle, just punishing the defense of FEU.
Yung wide lang kasi, it looks more like masyado mong kinabig. Masyado mong kinawit.
Yun ba kasama yung asinta mo? Lapad-lapad na naging, lumampas ka pa sa sideline?
Yung long naman, again, wala na namang wrist action. So, you always do in practice. Walling pa lang, parang high school ka pa lang, you do that already.
And as quickly as we finished our conversation, Adamson made a run and tied it all up at 3. But again, with the unforced errors, it's going to be interesting to see the number of unforced errors between both teams at the end of set number 2, because they have given up so many already right at the start.
Almost all of these points coming from
exactly.
from both squads are from their errors, or errors from the opponent.
Benting just enough power to bounce that off the blockers and tie it all up at 4 points apiece.
And you knew that she was going to use the blockers of FEU to score that point.
Tiangco. That ball's still good. Cabanag. Excellent dig by Pao Soriano. Bustillo winding up for it. Set to the other side for Tiangco. And that's a point for Adams, or make that FEU.
A net violation again for Adamson.
It seems that the court on the right side of your screens is a court prone to net violations. This is where Gwyneth Eulalia got a mouthful from Coach Nes Pamilar, di ba?
Hindi ko ma-analyze.
From the back court, or back row, that's Vivas. See the power in her arm. Bustillo.
Takanas was there. At this time, good read by Benting.
Same style by Gustilo, read by FEU. Practically a free ball here for Adamson. And Kindle goes wide.
Smart using the blockers of FEU.
So she intentionally went wide, but went through the blockers.
You could see her body language. She was going for that angle kasi nakita niya there's a single block in front of her.
Just the volleyball IQ of these players, unbelievable. Split-second decision-making. And you boys out there thought this game was easy.
Try playing.
The dump there by Remigio on the second touch. Here comes Gustilo. Off-speed hit. It's still alive. What a dig.
You know, both teams trying to outsmart each other. You cannot see powerful hits or combination plays. Just the usual.
And this is the perfect display of the floor defense of both teams. We were talking about this earlier. Two of the best defensive teams in the league. Floor defense is what I'm talking about. And it keeps coming back. Zapanta with a one-handed reception there.
And Zapanta with that hit, using the blockers, earns that point for Adamson.
She got away with that one-handed reception. Usually you receive with one hand, it goes, you don't even know where it goes. It just bounces away from you. Remigio, the back set to Tiangco. Here comes Patilano. Set was too close to the net, but Soriano
was able to set it up.
Amazing athleticism by Pao Soriano. Gustilo a little farther away from the net. Milalio on the second touch sends it over. Here comes Soriano again. Too quick at the net all the time. Pao Soriano scores it for Adamson.
And that was from Zapanta.
That's true. Not your usual setter.
That's right. Soriano just responding to that set. Hindi nga quick set, hindi rin differential. Parang open hit from the middle.
So it's surprising how come FEU can't seem to cope with the high sets in the middle against Pao Soriano. Several times in set number 1 and here in set number 2, you know, FEU has never been able to cope with the block.
That's right. Yung motion ng FEU for defense, although yung floor defense is there, pero yung defense blocking at the net.
They can't quite catch up with Pao Soriano.
That's why nakita mo si Pao, if she doesn't make it on the first try, she'll try another one and another one until she makes it.
And take a look at that again. There were players at the net, but Pao Soriano able to get it over and above them. 8-7. Adamson on top by 1 in set number 2. 8-7 here in set number 2, and we got a good clarification from the second official here at the arena in San Juan. It's not anymore called a net violation, apparently.
That's right. It's called now interference at the net.
At the net.
At the net.
Interference at the net.
Yeah. So usually daw yon when the blockers or the spikers